APC Rivers State is asking for a state of emergency in Rivers State.
Hello guys, welcome once again to Think Tank TV. Now, in the wake of the political crisis rocking the state of Rivers State, interim chairman of the All Progressives Congress in person of Tony Okoncha has called for a state of emergency in the state of Rivers State, which I call very ridiculous. Why did I say so? I'll be giving you my thoughts at the end of this video. Let's take a look at some of his words, and I'll be coming back to give you the analysis of Professor Okoncha, who is an associate professor in the Rivers State University of Science and Technology, who has demystified most of the analysis of the APC chieftain. Let's take a look at the words of Tony Okoncha, and I'll be coming back to give you the other part of the video. Take a look.
As far as who are concerned, illegal council chairmen, because again, who screened them? 3 assembly members. When Supreme Court had made a decision on that matter somewhere some time ago, when it concerns a governor in Plateau State, Supreme Court said, what one thought is, it's not about the people who are sitting, it's about the majority of members of the assembly. What we have in this state today is a situation where we have 3 assembly members. One is speaker, the other one is deputy speaker. Maybe the other one is majority leader, because there must be a majority leader to sponsor bills of government. That's what we have. Isn't that illegality? You can see that the man is thriving in illegality. So we are in trouble in the state. We are in a state of war. And because the governor is unteachable, and because the governor does not listen to counsel, even the counsel of Mr. President, APC Rivers State that I represent today is demanding for a state of emergency in Rivers State. It is the way out so that you and I will live in peace.
You've seen it for yourself. Now, I call the words of Tony Okoncha ridiculous. And why did I say so? The actions that Rivers State people have taken, is it constitutional or it is not constitutional? Does the Constitution recognize people going to the street to protest? The answer is yes. And when the people have come out to protest against the former local government chairman in Rivers State, does it mean that it is unconstitutional? I think he actually does not understand the economic implications of shutting Rivers State down for even 1 hour. And I want to ask a question. The likes of this Tony Okoncha and Osike, the great local government chairman, the likes of the chairman of Eleme, the chairman of Tai, the chairman of Obiakpo, the chairman of Falda, who are resisting to leave office. I'd like to ask them this question. Where were you when the past administration held by Barrister Nyesom Wike was going ahead to do caretaker chairman back to back for close to 3 years? Where were you? Because it was favorable to you, you said nothing about it and you supported it. But now, because it's obvious that you're losing the grip of the state, you want to come out and protest that it's unconstitutional to bring up caretaker chairman. I'll be giving my thoughts about what I think about the actions of Governor Fubara after you watch this video, because I want you to watch a video of an associate professor from the Rivers State University of Science and Technology who has demystified some of the words of Tony Okoncha, explaining the legislative implications of taking these actions and what exactly is happening in Rivers State. Do want to drop your thoughts in the comment section as I'll be coming back to wrap up the video. Take a look.
Suppose that when we listen to Dramatics person, the immediate past local government chairman, when we listen to them talk about what the Court of Appeal is going to say and how it's going to determine everything, they are assuming that, well, if the court says these people should continue to, their Mehule group, the appellants, should continue to do what they were doing while the case is pending at the High Court. If the court says so, then it means that all the bills, all the laws they purportedly made and amended, including eternal elongation, will be protected. But even that, it's not an issue before the Court of Appeal, because on 20th of May, a High Court of Rivers State, presided over by Dr. Legitimcy Gabriel, had ruled that that amendment is unconstitutional and set it aside. So having struck it down, it does not exist. There is nothing like House of Assembly Law number 2 of 2024 made by Rivers State House of Assembly. It has been struck down for being in violation of the Constitution and Section 9 subsection 1 of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Rivers State Local Government law. So those are not issues that are at all before the Court of Appeal. Neither is any ruling the Court of Appeal gives tomorrow going to affect those issues.
Well, I asked you about state of emergency.
Second issue of yes, on the second issue of state of emergency, when you said that, I smiled because the only emergencies happening in Rivers State, the only likelihood of crisis, which I think has been put to control by the end of yesterday or thereabout, end of working day yesterday, was the skirmishes that were happening at the local government secretariats. And what is the crisis? That men confront the sovereignty of Nigeria by confronting the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and you say such felons or will be felons should be considered persons who are fighting some legitimate cause. We should consider crisis to declare a state of emergency. That for me is laughable. A man sets himself against the law. He does not create crisis. There is a felon to deal with, or there is a criminal to deal with. Because when you act against the law in a manner that is prescribed for punishment under the law, the criminal code, you are committing a crime. You are engaging in some form of treason. If you take oath to public office, your term is determined. And when that term ends, it has ended. If you insist on privatizing that public office, you are committing a crime. You are contesting the space with the legitimate people who should be there. Whatever other cause you have, like legitimacy of the course of action taken by the state at the expiration of the term of your term as local government chairman, whatever questions you have, you can take to the court. But when the term for which you took oath of office has elapsed, you have finished your cause. It's a public space, and it does not admit of this madness going on in Rivers State. It's a sacred space. This will be the first time I am seeing people throw themselves against the public space, against the Constitution, and insist that that should be recognized as a legal issue, that should get some attention and should be respected or something. I've heard of agreements that are contrary to the Constitution, and people are insisting that agreement should be in what country? Where does that happen?
You've seen it for yourself. Now let's take a look at the constitutional implications of the actions of Governor Fubara and what the Supreme Court had judged previously. Like you heard from Professor Okoncha, the truth is that the Supreme Court had earlier judged on this matter, whether the setting up of a caretaker committee is constitutional or not. And the question is that in most of the cases that was heard by the Supreme Court interpreted the Constitution as saying that setting up of caretaker chairman is not what the Constitution recommends, except in extreme cases where perhaps it's not possible to organize a local government election in the state. But my question is this, like I said earlier, where was all these people who are protesting against it when the likes of Barrister Omeke was running Rivers State back to back with caretaker chairman for 3 years? And my point is that I'm very happy about regardless of what the take of Governor Fubara, I'm very happy about the fact that Rivers people, Nigerians, are becoming politically aware. They are beginning to demand for the dividend of democracy from people who they put in power, to ask them, why are you doing this? This is what we want. That's the beauty of what I see in this whole scenario. Even though I do not support crisis by any means, the people are becoming politically aware, and they should understand that the onus is on the people for them to begin to ask their political leaders questions and not to see themselves as subject, because previously what the political class had succeeded in doing is to make Nigerians make it look like they are subjects to them who are the political class. But on the other way around, it is the people who are in position of authority, the political class, that is supposed to be subject to the people. And obviously things are beginning to take a new leaf, that the people are beginning to become aware of the fact that it is the political class that should be answerable to them and should do their bidding. Even though I know that all this is centered around the interests of politicians, how that they are going to usurp the positions to take advantage for themselves, as a Nigerian or African leader would always do. But the point is that there's some sort of awareness, and that's what gives me some joy. Now the question is this: what should Fubara have been doing? The truth is, after the Supreme Court had made that analogy and interpreted the law as saying that the Constitution frowns at going ahead to give caretaker chairman, because the Constitution always encourages that a democratic process should always prevail in such situations where there will be a substantive local government election for the will of the people to obviously prevail. The question is that the Supreme Court is not the National Assembly. The Supreme Court has not gone ahead to enact it, because it's the duty of the National Assembly to enact the law and to call for the adjustment of the local government laws to ensure that these caretaker committees are not consistently done. But the truth is that, as it is, just like Professor Okoncha said, Rivers State cannot be kept without moving forward. And as against the backdrop of those who have always been thinking that there's no quorum in the Rivers State House of Assembly and everything is supposed to be put on hold, my point is this: are you telling me that if anything happens to those 27 House of Assembly members who left the position willfully, Rivers State should not move forward? That's not true. If anything happens to them, automatically, by virtue of section 109 subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution, automatically the people that the Constitution recognizes as House of Assembly members are the 3 House of Assembly members, and that is what gives them the locus to continually make decisions and decide what happens in the House of Assembly, because the 26 House of Assembly members had voluntarily left their parties. We provide that they have automatically lost their seats, and there's nothing that can be done about it. Before a local government election is done, which is supposed to be the duty of INEC, Rivers State must move forward. That is the truth. And the unfortunate thing is that these guys must step aside. No be your papa get the kitchen, no be your papa parlor, and you cannot be expecting to be there forever. And it's very unfortunate, because most politicians, the reason why they cannot even leave that position is because they've got nothing upstairs. Politics is supposed to be a part-time thing for those who have served in their own personal capacity and want to do service to the people, not like making it look like a full-time job that if you're not in politics, you cannot do anything for yourself. And this is a call for Nigerians to understand that politicians must not be people who are not useful to themselves. They must be people who have been useful to themselves, become productive to themselves, before they say, okay, let's do well to serve the people. Please, I'd like you to go to the comment section and drop your thoughts. Let's get to know what you think about the current crisis rocking the state of Rivers State, and we shall continually be here to serve you. Many thanks indeed to all our viewers and returning subscribers. We really do not take it lightly. My name again is Moses, and this is Think Time TV. See you on our next video. Bye for now.